maybe.
Okay, well, we'll
I guess we'll work
continue,
about
and
it.
then I'll get to my crimes. Because I think I low-key might have broken one of the server rules, but I don't know. So we'll get to that at the end.
Hi, welcome to the Modcast, the CivLabs podcast, talking to the members of the server trying to uncover what happened from the perspective of the players. In this video, the mods Crazy, Timmy, and Neswild talk to the leaders of Fungia and Nautilus of the Third World. Sit back and relax as we talk leading nations, terrible lag, and a bet that shocked the entire server. Warning, we do yap a lot, but just don't worry about that fact, honestly. It's not important.
There's a whole fucking TV back there too. God damn.
Yeah, I had this whole thing set
Wait,
up
okay,
for
can we
something
pull
else.
things up on the Jumbotron?
Technically, it will take me a bit, but you can.
So I guess let's get officially started then.
Right.
Alright, fellas, welcome to the podcast. We're talking about whatever we're talking about today, server stuff, politics, all of the likes and the jazziness. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how the podcast work.
Yeah, let's actually just no, like, cause we still gotta ask questions, like, kind of. So we're still like the
Oh wait,
question
my name
askers.
is
So
hold on. My name in game is Senku. My bad. I probably should mention that. I'm usually called Senku instead of Yusino.
I can I can change it one sec.
Or
Wait, what? How do you spell that?
SenKu.
Okay, sure.
okay, that's fine. Okay, so
Yeah,
just
that's pretty much my
as a
name.
Do you want us to
start,
reintroduce ourselves?
yeah. So let's reintroduce yourself. I want to know like your profession, like your skills, your number, your world, and like your civilization and your position in the civilization. All right, we'll just go in order, like Senku, Whale, Jun.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, hi
Sure.
guys. It's me, Senku slash Yusino. My number is 633. I am the leader, well, the OG leader of Fungia until we switched to an oligarchy. But I was still like the head leader and usually handled like diplomatic stuff and talking to other nations. My role, I was more of a guardsman, but I was like out helping the people and making allies. So there was me. I was pretty absent here and there, so I always had my buddy Will to like back me up.
I'm Whale, or 545. I was the main like at-home leader of Fungia. Like anything about like running a civ was me.
Nice.
Hello, I am June, 994, the leader of Nautilus and the neighbors of those two wild person. Not gonna lie.
True.
Alright, fair enough. Well, okay, we have a introductory question is pretty much just if you, I don't know if you guys answered the poll that was put into polls, but on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being terrible, 5 being amazing, how do you guys feel about the overall experience of the server?
Am I going for? Okay, I'll just go first.
Yeah, let's go in order. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I actually really loved it. I will say it's my first experiment, so I was kind of like confused. I really didn't like the fact that mobs could like one-shot you during nighttime, even if you were like kitted out and stuff. It was very fun. I will say World 3 was a lot of peaceful because of how laggy it was. So 751 adding some chaos was kind of cool. It didn't help us form a whole like UN and Olympics. And I'm appreciative of the mods helping with the Olympics just by like giving like simple commands so we can like set it up better. I'm very appreciative to all the mods. You guys really worked hard, I'm not gonna lie. It's actually a really fun experiment. I enjoy being tested on, and I hope my data and feedback was really able to like supply and just help out.
Okay, so I'm guessing that's a 5 then on the love, how much you loved the experience.
Yeah, I guess I didn't rate it. I would say like more of a 4 or like a 3.4 and a 3.5 just due to the lag on World 3. That's about it. Other than that, even watching the other worlds are pretty great. So everything besides World 3 was pretty much a 5.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, I also put mine at a 4. I think like generally I had so much fun. I met a bunch of awesome people, and it was just like really cool to just kind of play Minecraft socially. But there definitely were some pretty big shortcomings. I feel like the balance was pretty off a lot of times. Like the mobs or the phantoms were pretty frustrating, and then the lag as well.
Oh yeah.
But generally, it was like getting like kind of looking past that. It was really good.
For me, I would give it a 4 as well, but it's not because of the lag or the roughness of the environment we were in. It's more or less because of a factor that I found out as a leader for my first experiment. This shit takes a toll on your fucking mental. And,
Yeah.
yeah, this was a bit problematic when I, out of rage, quitted the second UN meeting died on the way back, got all of my citizens screamed to me because I lost the full diamond armor and needed to write on my diary. I fucked things up. Oh yeah, I had a diary on the server. That was cool. Well, other than that, that was a really cool experiment. Just the mental capacity you need is
That's
something
so
I did not
real.
prevent.
Bro,
Oh
not that I
yeah.
cut you off. Bro, being a leader is really like stressful, bro. Because
Yeah,
especially when one of your people are like low-key sabotaging and you gotta talk to other nations, keep yourself in power and make sure everyone's listening. And especially during like UN meetings, oh my God, bro, it got so draining because people were rushing, we couldn't get all of our thoughts out. It was well structured. It was just people were trying to like rush it, I would say. There weren't many
it
bills
took
and
2 hours,
stuff.
brother.
No, another thing
Yeah.
about being a leader is misinformation, bro. Because genuinely, there was so much misinformation on Fungia. Like, for example, we never supplied 751 with TNT. I know that to be a fact. We hardly had like any gunpowder, bro.
No, wait,
It
that
was.
did happen actually. Like for
Are you
TNT, that one of our blacksmiths who didn't log on in the last session, like 751 showed up and then he just was like, "Here, let me get you some TNT." So that did actually happen, but it
are
never
you sure?
yeah,
Are
it
you
didn't
sure? Because
work.
we
I
had
am
like no
100% sure.
gunpowder, bro. Okay, well then more misinformation was like us supplying him with like diamonds and stuff like that. Because apparently, and like
No, yeah,
levels.
we didn't have diamonds.
That 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 we definitely no, we had some diamonds, bro. 221 was pretty like selfish in my opinion when it came to that fortune pick because he gave it away to another nation, by the way, to like borrow.
Wow.
Us,
Yeah.
we never give it back. I mean, we did for like 5 minutes, then we took it again.
Oh wait, that
Okay,
Wow.
was you
so
guys. We couldn't figure out
Yeah,
where it was.
that was us because 551 was technically okay. Can I tell you guys something funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Bro was a spy from us to you guys, so I was asking him that if Fangaya goes to shit, just take everything, come back to Nautilus.
I knew it. 221 was too like greedy and too. He was literally mooching off of me and Exodius. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, that's what
okay,
you think.
okay, I'm
But
gonna get
where
the
do you think he was going?
conversation a little bit back on track, but one point I'd like to add for you guys, I think the main thing that leaders forget is that you have to be like a leader to your people first. Every time I've overthrown a civilization or watched a civilization get overthrown, it is because the leader is having too many diplomatic meetings. So they're never home. They never address the problems at home, and
Yeah.
then people get pissed off at the leader because they don't do anything. Well, they are doing things, but they're not doing things at home. And you have
I
to
will
balance
say,
doing things at home and diplomacy.
yes, I will say that it comes into like timing for some of the people because when Gaia had like at least 30 plus people, it was just different times and
Yeah.
because during like Thursday, like early sessions, I was low key in class, but I was kind of ahead, so I didn't care that much. But I will say that like I was quite behind on like the no, I wasn't behind on timing. It was like people were behind because they weren't like on my they were on EST, and it seemed like a lot of like the European people were on versus like the EST people. Cause bro, I like we had like 5 to 10 new people like find us and join us just off the fact that it was different time zone, and I don't think I've seen him again. Also, shouldn't we be on stage doing this with people who like ask questions or
No,
no?
no, no.
No, it's
I'm,
okay. It's meant. This is a podcast
No.
more. It's
It's a
not like a
podcast,
Q&A.
guys.
it was meant to be an
Just
interview, but it turned
generally.
into a podcast, so it's not really like.
I mean,
I like
hey,
the podcast.
the people in
Interview
the
is just.
stand can ask questions. I like the podcast idea. I definitely want to do this podcast stuff again. I find this like super cool. Just like we're all
I
making
think
experiments.
I don't want everyone's opinion. I want your guys' opinion.
Fair.
That's
Wow.
my
Well, I mean,
issue.
That's
they can ask like they
fair.
can ask like questions and stuff.
It's
We don't
fine.
need it
Also, I think
later.
we're
We
gonna
need the
screw up.
leaders.
We're gonna screw up crazy setup right now, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like.
I do have some thoughts on that leadership thing though, because with
Yeah.
Fungia, we had 3 leaders, and then 882 was not like really doing that much. I actually like he didn't do he talked to 751 and like basically made him not attack Fungia, which was real good. But other than that, I think he was mostly running like a secret sugarcane monopoly operation that didn't really go anywhere. Um, for
It's all
obvious
real.
reasons.
Hello?
Sorry, that was funny.
Yeah, but
My headset's on.
But yeah, that definitely we ran into that very early on with Fungia because there was a whole thing where everyone was really frustrated because Senku was out wheeling and dealing at the very start,
Wheeling
and then
and
I ended up
dealing.
taking charge to like get people to the Mushroom Island. Um,
Yeah, that's what pissed me off. Gavin wanted to be like in this leadership role just to not do anything. Was
yeah,
with 751. Even 751 when I DM'd him was like, I'm surprised. I doubted his like anyone believed his like bad acting skills, especially when it came to the armor. I knew he was lying, bro. It was just like, but you wanted to press the matter, and I was like, we have other things to address. But I hated how he would always be like, we should be addressing the other problems, and then he would go like literally off the island instead of addressing the other
I have
problems.
a question. Is Gavin all that me on Discord?
Huh?
Who's Gavin? Like what's his number?
He is
It's
882.
82.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
I actually able to find him on Discord, but he has not responded.
Oh, would you know what his name was on Discord?
I have him. I DM'd him, but he just didn't want to
Is it
respond.
all that me? Because that guy's name's
Wait,
also Gav. Like we call him Gavin.
no,
So
it's someone called Yes, it's Yavin. That's his user.
okay, thank you.
But he has like his number. He's his number like literally in the thing, so you could just ping him.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Let me turn my
Can I
TV.
take the parole? Like talk
No,
a
honestly,
bit,
I'd
basically?
like to catch up with Gavin afterwards because I really just like he didn't really do a lot. Like I don't think he was doing like that much secret behind the scenes stuff because it just never came to fruition. Like he did a little bit.
No, I think he was planning. He was working with 878 to bomb Word Water. That was
Yeah,
part
but
of
like
the
he wasn't
plan.
really doing
Okay,
like
okay, okay. I'm
that's
gonna
not
put a stop to you guys just for a quick
Yeah.
second. All right, I'm gonna stop you guys. The reason is so me, Crazy, and maybe News World. I think we're not from World 3, right? So like,
Mhm.
could you guys just walk us through like how did your civilizations get created? How did you guys get
Oh,
power? And like just like a bit of the history, so like we know what you're talking about right now.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
can
okay.
I
June,
start?
Yeah,
yeah,
Yes,
June
you
should
can
go
definitely.
start.
first since he's the other nation.
Sure. So I think Nautilus is one of the most important nation in all of this, and also with an interesting history because we were first known as Sweetwater, and we were the nation the most closer to spawn. But at some point, because of the grief and stuff, we decided to move. So I, as a person, decided to found Nautilus in the middle of nowhere, which for some reason was really close to Fungia. But because we have a lot of history with wandering people that are part of no nation, we wanted a lot of people to just pass through and leave us alone. But at the same time, we wanted to be in the world politics because we were powerful enough to want to be there. And as a leader, because I became leader session 2 to 3 because the previous person that tried to took over was a bit rude. I mean, he became my third guy in command, but it's because I needed to take him in check. Um, but like, uh, let's just say I became leader by default because nobody wanted to take it. I was like the manager. Everyone was referencing me as the manager. I became leader session 6 to explain how much nobody wanted to be leader or have a leader. So yeah, I tried to just manage my civ as much as I could, and also to try to avoid every other stories. For example, the problem with bridge, the problem with 751, and everything. And for that, I needed to do one thing. I stay with my nation, and I send someone else, which was my dear friend 457, known as Jay, to go on diplomatic talks. And it worked because my nation never threw me away somehow. So I guess that's cool. Um, Other than that, I saw a lot of things happen left and right. I saw the how I think it was Old Bridge split into Sunrise and Fungia. I was pretty close to Doc, which was the leader of Redwater at the time, so we had a lot of discussion about world politics. I got around the world to find everyone and lost myself trying to find everyone. And as a leader, it was pretty much binary. Either I was at the camp, at my nation, trying to place everything around, coordinate everyone, dying to come back when things were critical, which was random because I didn't know when things were critical. Or I was traveling the world trying to talk to other leaders for them to have a face to talk with, other than just Jay, because he needed to rest for a while because he's from the US, I'm from the EU. It was weird to be a leader because it felt like just being the guy of reference of the friend group. if that makes sense. Other like that's it. Other than that, the thing were cool. I was managing what people were doing, or asking them to go take stone, do that for them when they were asking me to level up their healing. I will jump on I will continuously jump on on a stalagmite for them to level up, and we called that the torture chamber, but the consensual torture chamber, which was really funny. Other than that, that was pretty much managing, trying to not die, even though I died 57 times, um, and stuff. So what happened? A lot of stories that I was not part of, and a lot of stories that I tried to manage, even though I was not the one at the charge of the nation's outside politic, which was more Jay, my second in command. Voila.
Okay. I think it's a perfect time to go to like I think John. But thank you. Is that all
Okay.
for now?
I mean, I have some stories left and right, but those are more isolated case than global stories.
I think we'll leave that for now. We'll get into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I want to hear
Just
like more of
wanna
I
like
know.
everyone's
discuss
We
it.
story.
can
So
circle back.
Yeah, we can circle back a bit later. So Jen, go ahead.
Sure.
Wait,
What?
what?
Oh wait, are we supposed to? My
Jen.
bad.
We're already on, John. We're going
No,
to
no,
thank you
that was
now.
me. That was
Oh,
me, June.
Senku?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
sorry,
King
sorry, sorry.
Gaia.
Sengaya.
Alright, okay, so here's how it began for Fungia. I will say that going into this, as you guys knew, I wanted to be a warmonger, but that quickly changed when I like first joined the server. I met like these random group of people. I low-key am upset I can't remember them, but I know one of them to be 5'8", 5'7", 8, who was a guardsman, who was like my guard at the time. But when I first got there, they were like, "Oh my God, it's Senku," and they like unanimously just like voted me leader. And so I was like, therefore leading. We found this land, we got more people, and we were like kind of on like a sky base. But we had like a horrible food problem. And so we were like there. And then during the night, I had died, but we'd like kind of formed our name called Fungia. So this is before the mushroom area. I know Whale was in the group too. And it was
yeah.
usually Whale and I think 484 leading while I was gone, while I was dead because, I died and I couldn't find them. So then I found this one group, apparently now known as Sweetwater, who, after I died, I found them and they had told me about using the sun as a compass. And I kid you not, bro. I used that sun and I found our base. I also did meet
I was the one who
341
told you that, you know.
W. I also met 341 at Sweetwater, and me and him became friends. But he's the leader of Bridge Civ, which obviously collapsed before. Well, but after we got to Mushroom Island later on. So then I come back, and Whale has news for me when I went to like go look at Bridge Civ to go like establish like an actual like alliance. Just 'cause I remember they were there, and I didn't know Tim leading at the time until I got there. And then when I came back, Whale was like, "Yo, I have information on like the Promised Neverlands, aka Mushroom Island." And so during the
Oh,
night, we
not
also met
that.
this terrorist because when I came back, I found out that we got attacked by a terrorist, 613. I don't think we've ever seen him again after we moved, but yeah, because no other nation even has him on KOS. So then after that, we moved to the Mushroom Island. We had to kill him and we moved, but some people got left behind. One of those being 578. Once we made it to like the sea, we had like this like area to like mark it off. So we kind of built it around there and we adventured off. And I love this part because it's in like their wiki page. But I went to go look for the Mushroom Island and I saw there was natives there and they called it the Firefly Island, so we'll call them the
Yeah,
Fireflies.
the Firefly
And
Island.
they didn't really have a leader, and I don't remember his number, but like I don't know, he was like I think it was a they them, he was very like they were very soft spoken and stuff, but they didn't sound confident. So I will say that I was like, "Oh, do you guys mind if we settle here?" And they were like, and I was like, "Oh," they were like, "How many people?" I was like, "Oh, it's only 5 people." And they were like, I was like,
Oh no.
and I'm not gonna lie, once he was like giving that unconfident energy, I was like, what if I just take their land? Because I was like, I know I would
That
have some people
mother.
back me up. I was like, I know I had some people back me up. What if we just take their land? Like, there's only 5 of them. They have no armor. They don't even have stone tools, I believe. And I was like, what if I just take them on right now? And then I'm kind of glad I didn't because they had neighbors, but they were pretty. Firefly people were low key, in my opinion, pretty bitchy because they got
Okay, can I
mad.
take over again?
Ooh.
Wait, no.
Wait,
Because
wait,
they
wait. No, that's
Roy the
his. It's only
Conquistador
his. It's
for
only
real.
him. It's only
Okay.
him right now. We'll
they
get into the group discussion in a bit.
they were like, oh, if you guys leave us
Well,
alone,
no, I there's like some components I know
and,
as well. I was also
and
in
then
Fungia.
and then they were
Roy the
like
Conquistador for real.
20 people behind me, so it wasn't the five. It was like 20 plus people in like a rally just coming to the land, and they were like, "If you guys leave us alone, we'll leave you guys alone." So I was like, "Okay, cool. We'll stay on like our side. You guys do your thing. We'll leave you guys alone." And so we got word that we had left some people behind, and we're like, "Okay, we'll head back." And during that time is when I went to go, me and Will went to go adventure out, and Gavin had taking over apparently while we were like adventuring. Well, I was adventuring with my guard kind of, but then way we went back and they had like established what was it, the Levenant? Actually, with like the old people of
The Levant.
Fungia and the Levant and Whale had stole some of the people. So then we go back to Mushroom Island and that is where those events took place. And then I went out again on my own to go find like other members of other nations, just or looking around. And then Gavin was taking over, so then he took up my like he tried taking my leader spot. And I will say, because of the deal I made with Skyly, I was like, I definitely need to like stay in my position of power. I need my civ to at least last a day too. And I did care about the people, I will say. My ideology did change. I didn't want to be a warmonger, but like I wanted to have a good military. Every time I play like certain things, I need to have a military. Like I don't want to be messed with type of military. So then we had like this vote because I was like postponing the vote on purpose. I was like, damn, I low key know I'm probably gonna lose this vote. So I was trying to get other people because I don't remember Gavin at all, and I feel like there's something up about him. And so I went to go find other people from other nations, and apparently Exodus. I went to go to Exodus, and I guess I was like, you guys gonna be like a state like next to us because I didn't want to like own them. I was like, you guys would be cool with us. And apparently, I guess I said that like they're gonna be like a state in our country, and they didn't want to come to the vote, but they were like listening in kind of. And but we decided on like the vote for leader. We just decided on like an oligarchy. What was it? What do we call it, Will? The
Is
team
this
of three?
is this
Or
just like the
what's it
whole
called?
plot of the entirety of your
The
events?
council.
We had
Oh, this is my
console.
back. Yeah, the Council of Three. And after that, we have this whole like oligarchy. So I'll end it there. I've been yapping for
Yeah,
quite a while, so Will, you
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
yeah. Let's let Vale go ahead then.
I mean, I
First.
guess like some big details were because Senku
Like
was
we
gone
want
for
to
a
know
bit.
like the big like the history of like you how you became leader
Yeah.
and
Okay.
like a bit of your civilization. It's kind of
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
covered. So just tell us like what you want us to know for
Okay. Yeah.
context.
Yeah. I mean, like I think a big thing was that like with that initial thing with Exodus where Senku was like, you could be part of our nation, like that rubbed them way the wrong way, especially because a lot of the people who were natives to Firefly Island went to Exodus because they didn't want, because they thought we were 5 people. And then when 20 people rolled up, they were like, I'm not going to be here. So um, Exodus was like not very happy with us and also like right next door. And so like being the one because then Senku went out and like did more politics stuff. So I was the one at the base managing things. So a lot of times things would happen where like a Fungian would do something and then Exodus would come to me and be like, they did something again. And then I'd like have to go tell everyone. And it was like a pretty shaky relationship that Fungi had with a lot of nations, really. Um, Especially with that like starting because a lot of people would always like Fungia was pretty well known for like kicking out natives of a land and just taking it and then like asking Exodus for like
Twice,
very
man.
bare bones resources. It was not a good look.
Pangaya
Damn.
was yeah, Pangaya was his civilization. Damn. All right. Is that it? So
What's the
like
history, everyone?
let's start off with like the history, right? Like what's like the first major like thing you guys faced? The major issue.
Calamari Bridge.
I mean for Fungia it was like there was a griefer 613 who like we killed them early on because they stole from us and then they spent the whole session one just griefing us. Like they'd steal our catches from fishing and stuff. and so eventually we moved on a whole pilgrimage because we just were like basically starving. So that was like our biggest hardship because we lost a lot of Fungians in that move, and then also there was the whole issue with us kind of storming into someone else's land and just taking it.
But see, we
Damn.
didn't take the land. They never talked to me. They told us to leave them alone. I was like, okay, cool. They decided on their own they wanted to leave. No one forced them to leave at all. It's like, I promise you, they could have talked to me. I made it known that I was the leader before Gavin came about, and they never talked to me at all. They were just like, leave us alone and be cool. So I was like, all right, everyone, leave them alone. We'll leave you alone. And then they wanted to be bitchy about it, and then apparently Gavin was like, we should like share their land, or another resources are being like shared upon, which was something, but I was like, okay, cool, we'll leave them. But they didn't talk to me when I got back. They just were like, cool. And then we
I mean,
made this like team, and then they had left us completely, which was like crazy to me to join Exodus. And then they were complaining to Exodus about how we stole their land.
Damn.
Senku, not gonna lie, you're a really noisy neighbor.
Yeah. Also, I mean, put yourself in their
Like,
shoes. Like
damn.
they Exodus
Yeah.
said Exodus wanted to go there, and then they turned down Exodus because it was 10 people. So Senku comes up and lies about it being 5 people, and they're like, "Okay, you can hang out here." And then 20 people roll up, and they're just like not gonna deal with that. You know, like what do you like? Do you kick these 20 people out?
I didn't know. You guys keep saying kicked out. They left on their own, bro. They just fucking pussy. They didn't want to talk.
It's a
They
matter
left on
of
their own,
perspective,
bro.
I guess.
I
I
don't know.
guess it is.
I feel like you could definitely put yourself in their shoes. Like it's not an
I
easy
no no.
thing to
I
say.
can, but I wouldn't just like back down and walk away. I would try to talk to like the leader or something. But they full on were like, you guys can stay, just leave us alone. It was like, okay, cool. But I knew from the start I wasn't gonna like them, but I would just leave them alone because I didn't want to cause problems. But it was just like I just didn't like them, bro. That's their like, Exodius is very cool in my opinion, and we were acting stuff from Exodius because like we had our other people not on some like time zones, like especially like our farmer at the time.
Um, can I go?
oh
Yeah.
yes,
Like,
yes.
well,
What was your
all right.
introduction?
A lot of stories left and right. Like from the original question you asked, the biggest
Yeah.
problem at the start was that Sweetwater, which was our
Yeah.
first base, was the closest to the spawn. But like everyone that was new and had nothing to lose would come here and grief us,
Yeah.
which was pretty annoying. But at the same time, we encountered cool people and made a lot of cool friends in politics. Senku into it too. But we needed to like move, and from the help of Jay, also as known as 547, we
Yeah.
decided to create Nautilus, which I did by myself without dying first time. um, and following that, literally session 4, we all tried to move. Session 5, I hear from someone, we found some neighbors. What are those neighbors? Fungia. Okay, are they cool? I don't know. Let me see. The person arrived and tells me they have a leader, and I feel like he is Megalomaniac, and I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? So I'm listening to him and I'm like, wait, what about Sunrise? And they say, well, Sunrise and Fungia were the same group. And I was like, okay, wait, so is this the same idea of like trying to find a promised land? So there is one religion, they split into two. They found two different promised lands and now they don't agree with one another. I've seen that one before.
Oh God.
That's what I understand at first. But then Jay came back and he was like, nah, they're cool. I mean, except Senku. Senku is crazy, but everyone's cool.
True.
Real.
Yeah, like he told me Exodus and Fungi are cool with one another because, well, what can they do to one another in this harsh world? Sunrise is really far, so it's hard to go to them. So at least they are cool because nobody is bothering them. And
Yeah.
everyone on the West Sea is in total chaos. And I was like, all right, then I will take that as granted. But then when I myself got lost on the West Sea, like I got so lost trying to find the Levant, I arrived to Candy Kingdom. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I saw like 6 nations. Only 2 of them were like chaos related, which is I think a positive net. then everything. And when I came back to Nautilus, first idea was to create a protection project because we had enough of everyone griefing us. So we created Project Shell because every Nautilus has a shell. And the Nautils, which is the name of our nation's members, the Nautils, were all for it. We completed the shell last session before the border destroyed everything. But other than that, the shell was just like a mega sky base up the ocean, protected by like I, I th- yeah, it was like stone bricks, like 3 layers per wall of stone bricks. And it took us something like 2 double chests of stone bricks to finish.
Damn.
Only
Okay.
half of it.
Oh, my bad.
I have a
Nah,
question, like maybe to direct the conversation a little. What was your, even if it does mean going out of the chronology a bit, what was the interaction between your two nations, between like through the whole event? Like how did it develop
you know
between
what?
Fungi and Nautilus?
I'll let Fungia talk before I give all what happened from my perspective.
I'm excited to
Okay,
hear your perspective, June.
one
Same,
thing I
that's why
want,
I'm asking you to do first.
one thing I want to say. Well, this has nothing to do with the question, but I really thought to say this. And see, I got caught some people are thinking I'm crazy. Bro, apparently during like the entire trial, a lot of people thought I was high as fuck. I don't know where this
I
came
But
still
from.
Wait, you
think
weren't?
it's true.
No, I'm joking.
What? Bro, like they genuinely thought I was just like out of my mind high or something. I never like I know
I
I
feel
get
like you're high a lot of the times too, bro. It's okay.
I know
I
I
mean,
get overwhelmed a lot, but it was never like I was high. I don't
not
really
gonna lie. I will always check twice with the person who take my land, aka Exodus perspective. So I won't blame them for thinking that. You know?
um one thing I want to say about our interaction with Nautilus is that when I apparently, to my knowledge, and I don't want to metagame it, but
You can
when
metagame.
no, I mean like the way I figured out who this person was.
Yeah.
One of my friends were like first time playing the server, they were like, "Oh, cool." I was helping them out with like learning how the game worked, and I remember his skin, his voice, and I don't think he ever told me his number, but I told him what nation I am in because he like was like, "I'm from Sweetwater or something." These group of people. His skin is like Omni-Man, and so
Oh no, not him. Oh
yeah, during
no.
one of the
Oh
events, I literally
no.
came back from an adventure, and I was like, "Why do I hear such a familiar voice?" And then lo and behold, I find my friend, we'll call him Omni-Man, like spouting propaganda
oh,
to Exodus and to us, and his
Yep.
friend. Crap,
it's always
I
propaganda, huh?
forgot.
It's always propaganda.
It's never not propaganda. It seems people just like spilling propaganda to the masses.
I forgot his number, but he had a robot skin that was like blue and green. And his friend was like, "Yo, why are you flying? Hush, hush." And then Loud was, Omni Man was like, "Hush, hush." And then apparently it also came to my Omni Man was trying to steal a mushroom cow. But then I went over to Nautilus to like talk to them and just to like figure out where they were and like make it like be friendly.
Oh
And
my god.
they were pretty poor in my eyes.
Hey yo.
But they seemed like really cool people and like they're just developing. So I was like, cool, we'll stay out of the way. They gave me like this like shell for identification. I was like, okay. And
Yep,
just like went on
that
with my
was
day.
me.
I would say Nautilus is pretty peaceful besides like the one dude trying to steal. One thing I will say that I didn't like about Nautilus is how they were trying to like house and keep 751 safe. I believe 751 confirmed this in my DMs that Nautilus was like kind of helping him, but like also giving him like a safe haven. So that's one thing I will say I did not like about Nautilus. But other than that, they were like a really cool nation in my opinion.
Wait, can I just interject? Was the Omni-Man guy the guy who like stole an iron chestplate and then like I don't know exactly who it was, but someone had them like come back and like return it and apologize. I don't know if that
I
was you,
think that
June, or
was him
maybe
because
Drea.
I remember hearing about that, but I'm not sure
I was the
exactly.
one coming back.
Low
Yeah.
key,
Because okay,
I could text them on Instagram real quickly and ask if you guys care that much.
No,
I
I
mean,
don't.
No, it's okay.
if you want, I can tell you our point of view of that problem that happened, Omni-Man arrived to us. He said, "Oh, Senku died. I stole his chest plate and I tried to steal something." I was like, "The fuck are you doing?" I punched him into a corner, took the chest plate, and I was like, "I'm so sorry about him." Uh, we tried to make him go healer, so he will not leave the base doing his shit else, but he never reconnected. So we were like, "Whew." I don't know if I should be feeling good about that or not, which we took as a net positive. Other than that, the thing with 751, did not do anything with him. Like he got to Nautilus only at the end of the state, and we never gave him anything or safe haven. We just wanted Dwarf, which is a wandering merchant who was like writing things around, wanted to talk with him, and I said, if you want like less sound and stuff, just come to Nautilus. That's it. Everyone thought I was bargaining with a terrorist, but bro literally burned my house. I want nothing to do with him. Like, come on. That's it. Um, anything to say? Well,
No, I think that someone was telling me about the whole chestplate thing, and I just thought it was really funny that you were like, "I'm gonna turn this car around. We're going to apologize."
I mean, yeah, no shit. When one of my citizens is doing a shit in another country, I need to go in person, being like, "I'm so sorry about this. I hope the relations are not broken by any means."
That's that's what I felt like every time I had to go to Exodus for something that some fun guy
For
was
real?
doing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's always something
I
going on, it
stand you.
seems.
Hmm?
No, there's always something going on, it seems, in politics. Everyone's
Oh
trying to
yeah.
fix every issue ever made, and it's like an impossible struggle.
I mean,
Yeah,
wait.
politics in this experiment was like low key like the struggle of World 3 when it came to like UN and like other nations. Wait, no, I need my brain rot, bro.
So
Let's
I
see.
couldn't look at the subway surface for too long. I was getting distracted. I was like
That's
not paying
fair.
My eyes
attention.
was
I was getting
burning.
distracted
I
too.
looked away from the subway surface at my Discord HUD, and I was like, "Whoa, this is a huge space."
Yeah. No, because it was like full screen on my other monitor, so I couldn't. I was just looking at it. I was like, "Damn, this is so
Me
wait,
too.
what?" Okay, yeah,
Yeah, no.
I will
I turned it off.
definitely say the politics was one of like the greater things about this whole server. It was good and bad. I didn't like the fact that a lot of nations didn't really even have like a leader representative. They were like struggling to figure out that, and I was just like, and they were doing like good and bad. It kind of just depended on what nation it was. But I didn't like the whole like what is it called, a communism with like every nation. They
Damn.
just had like no leader, no leadership. They
Capitalist
were
on my
doing the whole
list.
thing. I'm like, I don't know. I'm more of like I like structure here and there, so it kind of depends what the argument is. But a lot of the nations weren't that good when it came to like political stuff or
What
like
like give
but
me examples of the nations. Also, is the map that I posted on the chat like a good thing for us to
We can't
reference?
see the chat, brother.
We can't see the chat.
But they can't see
Oh, that's
the
okay then.
watch it.
just DM it
Okay.
or something. I
Yeah.
will, yeah, you just DM it or something probably. I will say, Sunrise was one of them. They were pretty not that well off. What was another nation I visited? Sunrise. I think it was Vatican City too that didn't have a leader. They were
Oh,
pretty easy
Anakin,
to like
yeah.
build it, but
And Rhode
they didn't
Island
have a
too.
leader.
Exodus.
Yep, Rhode Island, Exodus, they didn't have a leader. Firefly didn't have a leader. And I will say Exodus, well, Exodus kind of did. It was 2-1-2 mostly, but when it came to
Mhm.
Firefly, they didn't really have a leader, and I didn't like that. How they were like so confident. I like more like confident leaders are tough because they know what they want. They were so unsure and everything, and they were scrambling. I can't remember all the nations that I visited, but Sunrise was definitely people that I liked. The nation, I just didn't like the way they ran their thing because they didn't seem that advanced off too, I will say. And Redwater too. Redwater, I gotta say, they had a horrible picks and like leaders and just stuff like that because their leadership was changing, their security was more uptight. Like, bro, I had to get put like on a visa list because I was tired of like, bro, they were treating me like a wait, I was about to say something crazy. They were treating me like a criminal
So,
pretty much.
This is being
They were treating
recorded,
me like
but
a
don't
criminal,
say anything bad.
constantly like hovering me, bro. And I was like, leave me alone. I'm over here like
Classic
walking around
that's
trying
Senku.
to find
actually
your leader.
crazy.
So then like they had like they lost their first leader who I made an alliance with. Then it went to Doctor, and then it went to this dude. I think it was like
That was my
Timothy
ally.
G. And that was like such a piss off. Like that pissed me off a lot. But other than that, their other nations had great leadership. Like what was it? Candyland.
Oh yeah.
What was it?
I mean, there
Candyland.
were only three. so
Yeah.
it's not difficult.
Yeah, Red Fort,
Do
Candyland,
you think Nautilus had a great leader? I think it did, but I'm
No,
not
it's not
sure
great
about
either.
your point of view.
yeah, I don't know, but the Lebanon definitely had good leadership, I will say too. Um, yeah, other than that, there's nothing else I can really say about the politics part. It was just during the UN, it was like the first ever UN, quite the mess. But
Oh
then they
yeah,
got like organized with like blocks and stuff, so it went
they
pretty well
got
there.
sacked.
Yeah, other
They,
than that, I don't really have anything else
yeah.
to say. I think there was more that nations. I just can't remember like all of them. So that's where I
Mm.
rest my case.
Yeah, it's fine.
If you mind me asking, can like because all of this is finished, we can like give out all of our sins, right?
Yeah, yeah, you will have to.
Okay, I stole diamonds and a lot of stacks of bricks to you guys.
Oh, one thing I want to say this
oh, oh God.
Timmy, I'll DM you about the map. Ooh, do I want to expose my secrets? 'Cause I've done quite some bad thing.
I mean,
You know what?
me too, but I
We'll,
think it's the moment, so you can go first.
It's up to you.
we'll
Yeah,
get to that at the I'll get to that at the end. I did quite some crimes to other nations.
me too. I mean, I had a guy which was my personal guardsman called Hugo. He is Polish, and he was pretty bored at Nautilus, and I was like, you know what? We'll do some special experiment, you and I. Um, I will not spoil, but a thing that was placed on 751 was our doing.
Wait, that's kind of interesting.
Maybe.
Okay, well, we'll
I guess we'll work
continue
about
and then I'll get to my crimes. Because I think I low-key might have broken one of the server rules, but I don't know. So we'll get to that at the end.
that.
Oh, is this a
Uh-huh.
contract?
One sec before we get to whether you broke the server rules. I have to go. But please,
Oh,
and
okay.
that means Crazy has an excuse to edit the background again. But
Oh, thank you
I
for
look
that.
forward to hearing this later. So
All right.
I'll be looking in.
Bye
All right,
Thank
bye.
you very much.
Well, thanks for
love chatting
coming
with
Very
and
you.
interesting to
with the
listen to.
interviews. This has been a very
By the way,
interesting
Crazy,
podcast.
that would be a great cold open of Senku being like, I think I broke one of the server rules, but we'll get to that. That would be a
Actually,
great cold open.
It's gonna be so.
Stick out to know what is it.
And then the pissing part too. The pissing
Oh yeah, the
comment.
pissing.
Um.
the missing what part?
Yeah. So I also wanted to like get into like the UN. Why was it formed? How? And like what do you guys even talk about?
Well,
Doctor.
can you answer why it was formed? Why that's who formed it, but can you answer why? Because to my knowledge, I'll just let Will take it away. Here, Will.
Wait, what?
All right. Well, I will answer instead of Senku. It was formed because Redwater, which was at the time led by Doctor, which is a pretty cool dude, stand-up dude, wanted to have world peace to show to other worlds that war does not solve anything. It kinda does, but in another. It's another story. The thing is,
Yeah.
it for World 3, nothing was solved through war, so we wanted to have the UN meeting to be able to talk with one another, see one another's perspective, and agree on KOS lists, big events, and stuff like that. Which was why Redwater wanted to host it before they found out it was not a good idea to invite the entire server on their little base. But yeah, that's pretty how the UN was created. From Notice's perspective on the UN, it was more of a Jay thing. Jay is my second in command. Jay was the person going around talking about Notice's politics and talking good about spinning propaganda about Nautilus, um, and also helping Doctor to put the UN into place. And from what I understood and what Nautilus understood, that was a cool thing. We loved the idea. We didn't wanted war anything, and we wanted trouble nowhere. We Nautilus was more of a neutral ground where we wanted to be left alone, but still be into like the world wild alliances and trades for if we needed it. That's pretty it. I don't know for Fungia though. You have a thing to say? Well,
I mean, I liked the UN conceptually. Like, I never actually felt like the server was kind of on the brink of war. Like every nation felt like every time I would go to a nation, they'd just be like, "Oh, cool, you're from Fungia. Yeah, have a look at
Yeah,
all
for
this." I
real.
was like, "There's already peace here," so I like didn't really see the point. I got pretty bored at the first UN meeting and left. That was definitely more Senku's wheelhouse. Um,
Yeah.
but I think generally, I think my favorite part was definitely the Olympics because that was the thing that I rolled up my sleeves and just kind of helped
Agreed.
run.
Mm.
God rest its soul.
Mhm.
The Olympics was so cool. It's unfortunate we couldn't
Yeah, I actually
finish
really
it.
like the concept. Well, since I was at the meeting, I will first start off with the meeting was pretty much what the meeting was about. What power did the UN have? 751. I'm not. This isn't the right order. Say about 751. Plans for the server. That. So the first thing, a lot of people were complaining about this. Like, dang, like how did the 751 that so much so that
You're
we
cutting
then
a lot.
decided.
Um,
Well, here. And we then made like these bills, and apparently during the first ever UN, this is like the beginning of this one. Apparently there was a bill that was made that 722 had stolen, and apparently he was a member of Fungia living under our bridge, which I found kind of funny. And he stole um the fucking what is it? He stole their like
Constitution.
the Zero Amendment. Yeah, like one of the
wait, what?
Constitution.
Yeah, he stole the in it might still be in the session 14 thing. On at the very
Bro
beginning he
fucking
logged on,
stole the
built a
constitution.
monument to himself, and then put the Constitution in the barrel, like
Fucking
at the
amazing.
monument, and then logged off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bruh.
No, he was back on here, man. I will say I low-key had him doing some spy work and getting Ender. Yeah. I don't know how he got it, but he got it for me because I needed an Ender chunk footer, and he got me an Ender. But um, so I actually have a screenshot. Here's the first vote. The power invested in this organization. One, to communicate between civilizations. Two, to share resources for the betterment of World 3. Three, to collaboratively construct larger projects as infrastructure. And then this one we had majority for yes. Then there's a vote
um,
vesting this council with the power of to enforce a KOS list within and without sovereign nations. Results majority vote against. Because I know I voted against the enforced KOS because I didn't want the UN having control over other nations, especially if they
mm,
could like gang up on you. All of our votes, we also had this discussion about how much do our votes weigh, and we all agreed on like equal votes.
yeah.
Like no matter your population number, you have to be like a major nation to like be counted into there.
I
And
mean,
so
if you mind me say
go for
something,
it.
I was pretty much on your sense, in a sense of, well, the KOS list should have been talked from one nation to one nation instead of, well, the US meeting, because I don't think the US should have, well, a say about the KOS. It's um, a nation's problem, not a world's problem. But for the votes, for example, Moss had only one person left. It was their leader. And I was like, maybe a nation should have at least three persons into it to be called a nation and be accepted. But I was not sure if what I was about to say was, well, unpopular.
One thing I wanna say that I don't know where this came from, but Fun Guy had actually been posted in updates and rules at least once or twice. Like for example, Fungaia had this thing called the Yowie and Yuri Bridge.
Oh,
Apparently,
yeah, I love that
it
one.
wasn't a member of Fungaia who made it. It was someone from Exodus, I believe, and they just brought their bridge over here. So much so that it caused like an uproar, and there was a new rule. And that rule about like the sexual thing, I didn't understand because there was fucking like a whole nation
Oh,
called seamen,
uh,
and I was like, why are they called seamen if
Oh.
they're like
C-men.
they're against the rule?
whoops,
But
misclicked.
they were insinuating it, and
Just
they're
misclicked.
against her.
Anyway.
But the UN itself was a very great idea. We had, I was hoping with the building and compasses, but I believe my compasses were stolen by someone from Hydra along with the wood.
Oh, no, that was Nautilus.
Oh, bro,
Nice.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. Oh,
We
anyway,
thought you stole it from Redwater and we gave them to Redwater, but then Redwater gave them
Bro,
to other people around and we don't know where they go.
there was misinformation being spread on the compasses because apparently I lost them again because I had 7 more made. And I believe the people called Hydra stole them. The people that were like under Fungia stole them apparently and were spreading them out. Another thing I want to add with the UN is that the second meeting was more of like a rush. And so
Yeah.
it was ran
My
by
throat.
284, I believe was his number, Royal Dog or Royal Guard.
I think
And
no Royal Dog.
it was yeah, he was a Redwater member. He was like the one that
Mm,
would usually like keep us in order, hold the bills and all that, and read him out
mhm.
and stuff. So I don't remember who conducted the second one, but we were having a talk about the Olympics in
Yep.
751. So much so that 751 apparently, and I knew this
Bro
had to do with
invented
Gavin
himself.
because they appeared at the same time. 751 was trying to blow up the UN, but TNT didn't work, so he ended up just turning himself in. And then someone during the time we were still talking about the rest of our like agenda since we had like these signs with our agendas, and then we were like, we had all the nations that like are affected by him say the crimes he committed, because we wanted to have like a court system for like entertainment purposes. So we know we're being experimented on, so it was like let's entertain them and do a court system. But then 790, aka Mole, who was apparently a member of Fungia, this is such a bad reputation. Was a member of Fungia who decided to break him out of prison, was
Bruh.
identified, and I honestly kind of lied for him a little bit because I knew how bad he would get killed in any nation. Because I went to the Nether one, and lo and behold, I see him like in the Nether, and I'm like, oh wait. And apparently, Exodus knew it wasn't him. It was like a misconception. But 7-9 literally, once the dude from Exodus went back in the portal, he was like, nah, bro, I did that shit. That was me. I was like, bro, I already knew it was you. But everyone else like didn't believe it wasn't him. It was just an accidental post, and I was like, all right, we'll go with it. But as soon as they left, he was like, "Yeah, that was me, bro. I let him free." I was like,
Oh
"Why'd you
my
do it?" He
god.
was like, "I wanted chaos." Because during that same day of the when 751 escaped, we killed them, but then we'd found them back at Fungi, and I was taking him to prison. It's someone named 13 from Redwater or Sunrise Peninsula. I don't know. I've seen him around a bunch, but he's usually in Redwater. He had killed. We were like bringing him back to prison, and he had killed 751 and then ran off, which like really pissed me off because I was like, we were taking him back to prison and couldn't find him again after that. So it was whatever. Other than that, the UN was really great. It helped with the Olympics. I know we were being watched, so I'm very glad that we were able to like entertain you guys with the UN. I'm glad that Shot Rush liked it. I've been yapping for
Yeah.
so long. I'm really like a fucking yapper, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
like let
yeah,
you guys take it from there. I'm gonna
yeah.
let
I
you guys
want to
take it
let
from
the
there, bro.
other. I was gonna say I want to hear what the others have
Okay,
to
I
say.
next
don't
time.
know what the current topic even is actually.
I don't
Is
know
it
It's a
like
anything
UN.
much.
It's a
the
UN,
UN? Okay, okay.
right? Like
Yeah, I don't
everything
really have
like
anything else
about
to
it.
say.
Um,
I guess we can talk about the UN and then the Olympics, and then we can go from there because it's been like an hour so far on the recording.
Okay, okay. How long do you guys have? I don't want to eat up all your time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine for
let's see
time.
where
That's
this
what,
goes. We can draw the line soon, right?
I mean,
Crazy.
yeah.
okay. So you want to talk Olympics or like?
Everything related to the UN, so probably Olympics too.
Okay. I mean, I guess I showed up. I don't know, June. I think you showed up pretty late to the Olympics, right?
I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna take a
No, I
quick
was
mini
pretty
break.
early to the
Early?
Olympics
Oh, okay,
because
okay.
Okay, wait, before you guys
Yeah.
go,
Okay, my
maybe
bad. There were a lot of people.
explain what the Olympics were just real quick, just for people
Yeah,
who weren't there.
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, June. Do you want to take this or should I?
You didn't talk enough. Go.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So the UN wanted to host an Olympics, and there was kind of plans floating around. I don't know exactly what was happening with that. I wasn't actually in there. But then when the final session got announced, it was like everyone was just like, okay, we're doing the Olympics now. So um, me and like a couple of Fungi builders went over there to Sunrise, and then um, we helped like set things up. Basically, we got there and they were like halfway or like maybe less than that building, like built through the thing.
Mhm.
And so there wasn't really anyone in charge, so I just kind of jumped in and managed people. So I got people like running furnace arrays because we wanted a glass ceiling and like mining sand. And then 751 showed up. Um, and so 751 is such a weird guy because he's like the most evil supervillain on the server. And then like you talk to him and he's like a very normal, like humble, like soft spoken guy.
Bro
So
is Glumpish for real.
A
It
lot
was
of
so
people
weird.
like that.
So he basically showed up, and I was like, okay, I heard that you want to grief the Olympics, but and he was like, can I start killing people? And I was like, no, we're like trying to build here. And then he just respected that. He didn't kill anyone.
Whale arrived. He was like, no. He was like,
And
oh,
so I was like,
that was
basically,
very
I was
funny.
trying to like mediate it. So I was like pitching, like, okay, what if like you join the Olympics? What if like what do you like? Do you think every nation could fight you? That's what we wanted to do at the very end, was have
Mhm.
every single person try and kill 751 and then 878, like the pair, because they were like, I think both guard 5 with full diamond, and everyone else was weak little babies compared to them. So like I feel like that would have been really
Yeah.
fun, but we never got that. But so he was quelled, and a bunch of people showed up. Like so many, I think it was like 30 or 40 or maybe even 50 people working on it at some point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it was 67 from what I recorded from 8.
67. Okay, that's, yeah. It was like a crazy amount of people. Like we kind of built the whole thing super quick after that, and then all the nations showed up, and then we ran it. And I don't know. I guess I'll explain the whole thing that happened with it. Is that like we didn't know about the borders closing.
Oh yeah.
And I think unfortunately we were just told like at the very last moment because people didn't want to interrupt the Olympics. But so after the whole Spleef event, we were doing the PvP, like the like gladiator 1v1s. And then
And the great
it was
massacre.
going pretty slowly, honestly. I feel like that was a big problem. But also
And I
we were about to start the
contribute-
next round, and then the borders closed in on the entire stadium at once, and everyone just died.
Oh.
I
something
was
I
the
want to
last
add
one
to
to
the
die.
Olympics. Something I'm gonna add to the Olympics is that I happen to be a late join out eating dinner with my family. And I was looking kind of pissed when I saw this final game, and he wanted to pick the server. I did DM. Oh, one sec.
All right.
One thing I want to add is that I DM'd Jester to join. He was like, "Bet, give me your number," and he joined. It was like kind of causing havoc, trying to like take lead and stuff. But I did like DM him my number. He was like, I was like, join World 3 and come in the ring. I wanted Jester to do PvP event, and then he joined and didn't do the PvP event. So that was kind of funny.
I feel like,
But
yeah, don't
Jester,
ask Jester to do things for you. He won't do
No,
those
yeah, he
things for
joined,
you.
and then he was like, "Who's ready? Everyone, free for all!" And then everyone just booed him off the stage. And then
Yeah.
I think he spawned
oh,
a bunch
that was
of mobs in the arena.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was hilarious. Dude off stage.
It was very
I didn't
funny.
plan for it. I really wanted him to like fight. It was gonna be funny. I will say 751 being in the Olympics was kind of fun too.
Yeah, in the
Um,
Spleef tournament as well.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Next trial, I'm using a voice changer. I'm probably gonna change my skin too. But next trial, I want to be like more on that warrior side.
Hmm.
Other than that, you guys take it from there. Kind
Rising
of missed the
dark side.
question.
Yeah. If we want to talk
Um,
leadership, I actually have an interesting thought on leadership as a whole.
Go ahead.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay. Yeah. So basically what I do, a little about like me, that not the Minecraft character, but the real person, is I've been working on like indie games for a couple of years. And so I've been in a couple teams, and I have a team right now that I'm working on a Metroidvania with.
Nice.
And my role in the
Cool.
teams is usually artist, but also the big thing I do is I do project management, and just make sure everyone's aligned and everyone's doing stuff. So, like when I was looking at leading the nation, it was kind of the perfect number of people where I don't need like bureaucracy and like forms that you have to fill out to get resources. It was like the perfect amount of people where like a dedicated manager could get everything going smoothly. Um, and for the most part, that happened, except just people wouldn't log on sometimes, and then everything kind of ground to a halt.
Mm.
Um, but I feel like that experience really helped with leading a nation. Um, I would argue more than like many other aspects. I feel like that's a, I don't know, an underrated skill.
Well,
I agree. I feel like. Oh, my bad. You go.
thanks. Can I put my grain of salt on
Yeah.
the idea?
Sure.
Because I am currently doing psychology.
Oh my
So
god.
I was, I mean, I am like psychology school in France, and the way I've seen my nation is I want everyone in my nation to feel like they have a role into it, not just like they are a pawn in the big nation. No, that they are important. So I gave them all of the name. I asked them for names. I gave them importance, place in their house, everything. Because in my opinion, a leader should be someone that take care individually of everyone in their nation and should ask for others, like the co-leaders or the one under them. For example, for me was Jay, to take care of outside relations until it comes up directly towards Nautilus. And that's what happened. I had a second in command, Jay, which I will never thank enough for everything he has done. And it was the one in charge of like talking around. He talked with Doc and created the UN. He talked with our second, um, well, let's just say his own assistant, which was also a Nautilus. Um, he talked about creating the Olympics, and then we created the Olympics. Yes, that was a Nautilus idea. I need to time step that. Um, Other than that, to be a good leader, you talk to people, you ask what they need, you give them even before they ask, and if the level of happiness and enjoyability of the nation is at its height, you try to have a constant. If it goes too low, you need to do something. If it doesn't, you just continue what you're doing. That's how I lived it.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think that's a thing that was natural to me from my skill set is just like going to people and being like, "Hey, okay, how are things going? Do you need anything?" And then they might like and kind
Yeah.
of basically trying to pry that information of like, "What do you need?" And then being the runner to go get things or like being that like connection because like it's pretty hard in a nation that large for people to communicate effectively what they need to the person
Yeah.
who can get it. So then my job would be to make that happen, like be the person who
Coordinate.
knows who to go to.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about other worlds, like World 1, I can't remember the nation, but my friend Orthros was like a leader and he had like a decent military and all the people just like unanimously listened to him and they were always like on. It was never like a time zone issue or anything. With my skill set as leader, I'm more used to like I guess not so much player driven lore, like a little assistance, but usually when I'm leader for like I'll just say like an example of like this Attack on Titan game I was playing. I was the commander. I was like a regular ranking and then I worked up my way and then the game kind of like restarted. So I was like voted commander most of the time since people knew my skill set. So it was a little different because usually I would lead my team. It wasn't more of like us setting up camp and all this. It was a little like different here and there for me. So this was like a new experience for me to like try to like figure out my leadership skills in which area. I will say I definitely work better with a group and sometimes alone. It just depends if I can have someone capable handle some of my responsibilities while I'm a little busy or like MIA. Because leading, oh my God, this whole politics and leading was so much, bro. I never would have like it was low key quite the drain. Like I had like my notes with like some stuff taken down, and I was just like, bro, this is a lot to deal with here and there. It
Oh,
was a
you're
great
talking about
experience.
notes.
It was just like
I have
leading
them
was
right there.
You have a bunch of
W.
notes and everything. Okay, actually,
Anyways,
Yes.
I don't really have
12
anything else to
pages.
add. So, well, I probably want to DM you later about the like your um what is it, the coding stuff, because that sounds like interesting. I didn't know about that, but other than that, I have nothing else to add right now.
okay. I was gonna like ask like two questions just real quick because like this is kind of interesting talking to like all the leaders. Obviously, I was gonna kind of ask like if you can like tell like if you would like tell someone who wanted to be like a potential leader in the next like event or something, like a piece of advice for them, what would you say?
Should I go
Silence.
first or last?
Go last.
Okay, you can go last. Yeah, you
Okay, June, do
yeah.
you want
Yeah.
to go first?
No, you know what? Well, go first.
Okay, I would say, like you work for the people, and they don't work for you.
We work to earn the right to work.
Okay, you can elaborate on that fact.
Okay, I'll elaborate. Like your job is basically like your job is not to like tell everyone what to do. Well, it partially is that, but it's really just to make sure that everyone's aligned and then like have people do what everyone wants them to do.
Mm.
Like Like you're just another role in the Civ. Like you're not like someone special. You're just like the person people go to when they need something. Kind of like how they might go to like a quartermaster if they need iron. But like you're that for like general organization.
These
Okay.
sound really, really, really communist.
I mean,
I
like,
Well,
mean,
that's how
yeah.
you do it at a small civilization
Yeah,
scale.
I
I
mean, like,
know,
I'm gonna be
and
honest with you. I've had
appreciate
the
it.
same experience.
Oh yeah, same.
What
Mhm.
you're saying.
Well, I think as a good leader, you should take everyone as an equal instead of being the supreme leader of whatever nation you are. Everyone comes up to you because you're just managed. That's why it was called the manager. You try to manage people when they don't know what to do, where to give the resources they mind towards the blacksmith they don't know is online or not. You are there to help people, but people are autonomous in their own self. You don't need to manage every part part of them. You just say, "We need stone. Is it possible for you to go mine?" And they're like, "Yeah." You don't say, "You mine that, do that, do that, do that, and do that." You don't give them a schedule. You're not like an entrepreneur. You're a manager. And I
Okay.
think that, yeah,
And then Yasno, because you have like a different kind of style, right?
Yeah, let's. I guess like
Well, when you say style, explain what you mean by different kind of style.
I feel like these like these two have like Whale and June have kind of like a communist kind of or like communal kind of.
Not communist.
Okay,
It's
not
very
communist. Sorry,
communal.
socialist
communal.
more than
Also,
Communal.
they're more
communist.
flat. I think their structure is more flat, right? While like
Mm.
Senku's style was more like, I think there was more is top down more. I think, right?
Yeah. Okay, well, for me and my perspective, I've played a lot of games, somewhat like that, but I've always been like, I guess I've been like, this sounds so like an insult to say, but I've always been like a controlling person, I guess. But I've always liked the idea of like, I guess leading my own people, especially when it comes to like nation. I like, I just hate taking orders. So my like way of going was either I go with the military route or I go with like the survival route, and I go for that. But I hate to admit that like World 3 was pretty laggy and it came. What the fuck is that?
It's like a
Right.
mouse scroll wheel.
Oh,
Yeah.
and so it was very interesting to say when it came to newer people joining. My way, I've always liked being leader and king, so never like I agree with the oligarchy. I will say part of me agreed because I knew I was gonna lose that vote, but I didn't like the idea of Gavin being in that three. I guess my advice and what I've learned is
Yeah.
that you definitely need to be more active and really
Mm.
like take time to listen to all complaints. Either write it down, address the people who are needed, and then write it down somewhere so you can remember and see if you can have some of those trust handle diplomatic stuff. 'Cause usually when you invite newer people in, they're gonna look to you. You're representing yourself. So it's like
Mm.
I was out adventuring while my other people were like working. So I was representing, but like I wasn't like active. I was like an absent father for my own nation, kind of. I appeared during major events back and then leave here
Robot
and
gave
there.
the milk and never came back.
But I will very much say that if you want to be like a king, a leader, like you want to be like the only person in power, I'm more like a respectful person. Like I like having power. I like telling others what to do and having like my own agenda or like someone help me make an agenda. I don't like taking orders from. I don't really like taking orders. So if that's the type of person you are, then you definitely would love to. You definitely would need to lead your own group. But a lot comes with leading your own. You have to trust the right
Mm.
people. I honestly think you should monitor some of the people just to see if they can handle the job and then get and opinions from other people. You need to listen to the opinions of your people and people outside. I will say misinformation is hard to counter, so you just gotta do your best to like you can to be positive. Have some confidence in you too. I was very confident with like every meeting I went to, everything. I always had like I knew what I wanted to talk about. So definitely have some confidence to you.
Yeah.
I don't like a communism type of thing. I'm more democratic, monarchy. But all that being said, that's all I have to say on that topic and my advice. If you guys have any more questions, just yeah, I'm
Yeah,
Oh
leaving this
wait,
here.
before that, I had a last thing I forgot to talk about is that I was
sure.
working on a system that was the three-question system, which is when you come towards when you go towards someone, which is part of your nation, you say, "What do you do? What do you need? And what do you want?"
Oh, I like
This
that.
is pretty much that. What
Mhm.
they need
I
is what they
understand.
need to continue what they do. What they want is what they want to continue what they do. One is a need, the other one is more of the psychological need. And this is how you need to try to establish for someone to continue to go forward in your nation.
Oh,
That was how
I'm
I
gonna
see
write that
things.
down actually.
One thing I will say I didn't like about some of the people in Gaia was we had some like the major role. Like I'm not gonna lie, there were some lame people as like major role. That being, what was his number? I think it was 957 was our healer. He had like a green and pink skin, and apparently he was stealing from Exodus, which no one knew. But like on the besides the last day when he stole like 11 blaze rods, never used them by the way. He just stole them and never used. But he was very like complaining a lot when it came to like making blessed food and giving out heals and stuff like that. He would never really make blessed food. He would complain about it. One of our miners, 221, in my opinion, was pretty selfish. I mean, he was the spy anyways, but like I was so pissed that I was low key ready to
I mean,
like
spy
exile
is a
him or just
good
no, no, no.
sentence.
I was ready to like exile him or just kill him and take his shit because he was getting on my nerves, not like sharing.
Damn, bro.
Because
Yeah, he
our
was about to get
job, I
himself
will say,
killed. I won't lie.
I mean,
one of
he
the
was
things
sharing
I
to
will
us, not you.
Yeah.
that was like crazy. One of the things I like to say is job management. If you're gonna run like a monarchy system where you're full leader, you need to like enforce. You need to be like, I hate to say this, but you got to be threatening. You have to have like some sort of like
Yeah,
aura or
because
some sort
people
of
So
want to take your
attribute.
control.
Because yeah,
It's just that
Gavin
style.
tested my control and then did nothing with it when he had like some control. So it was more of me having to like then rebuild my like connections with everyone. Jobs or for one thing. There was no reason for a fun guy to have 4 to 6 builders. And I'm not gonna be that dude, but we didn't have that many buildings that like set in stone. We had
Fungi is
like some
wonderful though.
building,
Dude.
but we didn't. No, it looks nice. I will say
Pretty
the buildings
good
did a
looking.
good job. We just didn't
Yeah,
need that much, in my opinion. Like we could have used miners,
yeah.
another healer, a better librarian. Well, no, librarian was pretty good, but we could have used definitely a better healer and a miner. We had like 3 blacksmiths. It was cool. So like
Yeah.
we had like 2 farmers. They were always active. We would really borrow next to breed and stuff. That the mod killed a bunch of our like animals here and there. So it was a really great like those are like my advice for leadership. Leading can be hard, and since I'm different from like these two when it comes to leading, a lot more work I will say is put into like a monarchy slash like government system. So working with other people, if you want to, I'll say like this: if you want working with other people in lesser power but can still help support you is good. And you need to be a people's person. You need to get the people on your side
Mm.
no matter
Yes,
what.
yes.
Because when it comes
And
to
you gotta
people
be
testing
loud.
your power, yeah, oh my God, the loud
You need
theory is
to
so right.
be
You
yourself
need to,
seen.
yes, and be yourself, but definitely like be a people person because it's easy. I was
Yeah.
able to talk to a lot of people here and there when I was at the island, but then I also had Whale informing me, so it was like he tells me, I see what I can do, and we go back and forth.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty much my statement on that.
I think the
Oh,
big difference between Well and I and Senko is that Well and I are into the wool gauntlet type of ruling. Senko is more of the Iron Fist. You should get me.
I actually do have a thought on that, which is there was actually like if you threaten your citizens, like say it's like a real life civilization and I'm threatening my citizens, then like I can make it so they have nowhere to go and they just have to work. But in this, if I threaten
Damn,
my
bro.
citizens, if I kill them, they'll respawn or they'll just leave and go to a different civilization,
Yeah,
and then
you
I
need to
come
Or
back.
just
adapt to
log
people.
off
Or like
too.
if I like start war with another nation, like the respawn mechanic makes it inherently really hard to actually have like combat with someone because the moment someone has a vendetta against you, there's so much they can do to ruin you. Like we saw that immediately when we killed someone and then they griefed us for a whole session. They kept coming back and just
Yeah,
starved us.
yeah, because that their
Um,
Mm,
bread was like right there. I feel like when it comes to that aspect, there's nothing we can really do besides like find other ways to like counter it. When it comes like as in with what is it 631? I mean 613. We killed them and then we went to our new nation areas, left them behind, and we've never seen them to this day. No other nation has seen them. So I really wonder what
Uh,
happened with 613.
I
yo.
saw
Um,
him.
huh?
no
I'm
six.
He
surprised
was
I've never
Yeah,
seen him.
he was
did you?
part of Rhode Island.
613
Huh?
was.
Yeah, for a short
Oh
time
wow.
when I got into an adventure around the
Oh,
world,
that's really interesting.
I found him in Rhode Island. I remember because I stayed there until the night, and he was the one giving me blessed food.
Gosh,
So
you became a healer. Wow.
Yeah,
yeah, funny,
I
isn't
think
it?
the interesting thing about the Civ is like kind of you have to be friendly with other civs for you to
Oh,
be
sorry.
successful. Like I think the only reason Fungia
Yeah.
made it to the end as like an existing nation was just because like whenever people would come to me with all these crazy rumors that happen, which were I would say definitely largely caused by whatever things Senku was doing.
No,
Um,
whoa, whoa,
like
whoa, whoa. That
no,
was that was you
listen,
and
listen, listen.
Gavin.
The biggest rumor I always was trying to like explain us out of was like I'd meet someone new and they'd be like, "Oh, are you the guys who like kicked out the natives and just like stole their land?" And then I'd have to explain that like you lied about it,
Copy
and then they were
scanner
like
style.
they like disgruntledly left, but what like we were probably on good terms. It was pretty bad, but like I and also like Exodus was always like not very happy with us because they got a lot of the people who were lied to and then like lost their entire
Yeah,
land.
I'd actually talked
Um,
to Luz about
and I
that.
had to I like play full damage control with them the whole time. And
Yeah, I
I really
appreciate
think
that.
otherwise we would have been ruined. But like just
Not,
because of that, being friendly with the other nations and like
yes.
just kind of offering whatever I could was like I think the most crucial thing.
But see, that goes into the misinformation part because, like, no people. I was just like, it was like stated that I
Dealing
quote
with
unquote kicked them out, but
misinformation
no
was
one's stating the
big.
fact that they left on their own. No one, I like
No,
didn't
I
get
didn't say that
aggressive.
you
They didn't,
kicked them out. I said that
yeah.
you lied and then they disgruntledly left.
Well, I didn't mean to lie. I kind of just thought we had five
But
people.
you
I like
did
lost
lie.
count. It was like it was an accidental lie. So
Right.
that
But it
definitely
caused a lot
helped.
of problems.
And the misinformation from Exodus, because I heard Exodus was literally being lied to by like other people. Like I forgot the dude that mentioned it. And then some of our own people, what was his name? Okara? What is it, like 768 or whatever, went over there and was like literally raging. It was like, six fucking builders, what the hell? Why are
No,
there more
I
than fucking six builders? Like
was
I
she
was
the
like,
one who
bro.
gave you the idea that we had six builders?
No, well, Okaroon, yeah, he was the one that told me about the six builders, and he mentioned that. I was like, huh, he's kind of right now that I'm like looking at like some of the nameplates and what I'm
No, because I
seeing.
think at the time 337 was a builder but was actually just chopping wood, and Gavin was a builder as well but was not building at all. And I think I might have had
Ah,
builder role, but I was also not building. So it was like we had
I
builder
will,
classes, but they weren't building.
yes, I will say that being good with other allies really do support you because during back then before we went to Mushroom Island when we were on like our dirt Sky Island, I had went to Bridgeton for food, which literally saved all of us from starvation. Like
Yeah.
it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So like definitely making good alliances, even no matter what like what is it called government system you're running, unless you solely want to be like alone or you're far away, you really need to work on like your relations with other nations. And it's hard to get misinformation out, so you gotta make sure they trust you. But it's definitely good to have helping hands because some of the other nations were gonna support us if we ever got like grief, but they wouldn't like support us in a war. So we always had like good food. We had infinite food regardless, but like before we went to Mushroom Island, we've always had like that food struggle here and there. Other than that, we were pretty good. Like Bird Civ also gave some stone tools, and we were pretty good. Other than that,
Okay,
Okay.
okay. I'm
I,
just gonna like
I want to, oh,
last
June, do you have
last
anything to
thing I
say on
just
this?
wanna ask.
Yeah, last question because it's been like it's been a bit
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
oh wait, should I mention my
yeah.
crimes after then?
Oh yeah, we should hear that. We should hear the potential rule breaking crime because I feel like that would be good
Yeah,
for
and the
I
discussion.
mean,
piss story. The
Oh,
piss story
oh
as
I
well.
think
God.
yeah, I
Both
think a
I need
lot
to
of
Bet.
hear.
people here have things to
All right, bet,
say
bet, bet.
about that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay,
So last question.
crazy.
Okay, I have like one question, and it was kind of just like a in general question. Like, with the information you have now, in the next trial, if you were like put into a position of leader, would you do it again?
Differently.
Mm,
Yeah, I
I
gotta
would
same.
agree.
try
Definitely.
differently.
One at a time, guys.
Um. Okay, I'll let Jen June.
You'll go last,
I will.
so you
Yeah,
can
All
go in
right.
your stories.
yeah. I'm just curious
Well,
about it. Yeah.
John.
I would say if I were put into a position of leader, one, now I would have the experience of, well, the specialization experiment, so I will know what to do and what to not do. For example, I will not put my sieve too close to spawn,
Yes.
but I would still put a spot there to try to recruit players in the early days. And also, a thing that is, in my opinion, the biggest changer from IRL politics, because people respawn, as a leader, you need to bend a bit to your people more than people bending to you.
Mhm.
people need to bend to the rules of your nation, but you need to try to understand how people work in your own nation for them to feel that you are a good leader, that you have things in hand, and that they can be cozy in their own corner without being like like uh bothered otherwise. So if I were to become again a leader in future trials, I would try to have people that are not a big group but are certain to connect a lot and also leave a bit further to spawn than what Sweetwater was at first. I think that's it. Other than that, I will probably try to be second in command and like travel around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Will?
I definitely, I like a very similar response. I definitely would do it differently. I think I'd have a smaller, more compact nation, um, that basically is just like much more tight knit. Because the Fungia, I think it was just too many people for me to manage on my own, and I never really got to connect with a lot of the people who were in the nation, and I think that's why they logged off for the most part. Um, so I definitely think I'd have a much smaller amount. I thought of an idea of having like a buddy system for mining where basically people like strip mines would be placed right next to each other so people could just like be chatting and socializing because that was a big problem for miners is they were very isolated. So just trying to
True.
break that barrier down a bit.
Really true.
But yeah, just a smaller nation. Definitely I far from spawn is a good thing. Um, or even just a little bit confusing to get to. So like kind of hidden behind a like through the ocean is a good way of doing it because there's no landmarks.
Actually, having like visible landmarks, but natural one for your own citizen to remember where to go, but not other people to know where to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Sanko's time?
Okay, okay.
Hey, my bad. I was trying to find the I'm not gonna show the video, but I was trying to find like the shots of like the whole conversation and how this went down. So I believe I have some of them, but I'll get to that in a bit. I will definitely run my leadership differently. I'm also not in the mood to have people test my leadership, so I'm definitely gonna have it ran differently so more people are following my order
Iron
instead
Fist
of like
style.
that. Because I don't like the leadership being split up. I feel like that was a weak point for Gaia. The leadership here and there was definitely like split up apart. So there is that part I want to add. Other than that, I don't know how I'm gonna do next game. I think next game definitely gonna be I'm totally different. Like, I'm changing my entire ideology and everything. I'm definitely gonna try to be like a terrorist here and there. So it's
Okay.
a lot is gonna
Damn.
Yeah.
change with
I
like
like chaos. I
yeah,
feel like we
I
need more
honestly
bombers.
originally I like chaos and I guess I could say I was gonna make my skin of a certain person, but then that got shut down
Yeah, I
by
told him
Twitter
not to do that. That
pretty
was a dumb
quickly.
idea, first of
Yeah, no,
all.
don't.
Yeah.
Bro, it would have been pretty funny, but so
No, it's
I
No.
not a
definitely need to,
thing.
bro.
uh,
The thing is, if I'm gonna get a voice changer, so I need to make. I want to figure out who. I want to be here in this podcast again to explain my side of like being evil this time. So I need to probably DM Crazy or Timmy around the time it's over, just let them know who I am, so I can like see if I'm like really in there,
I feel
so
like
we
we'll
can
figure
close
it
the
out pretty
podcast.
quickly, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to be in like the. I just want to be
Okay,
like.
and then the two stories.
Oh,
Where do
three actually.
I think we'll be
Yeah.
with the crime one. The crime one is hilarious. Let's start with the piss story because this is where it all began. This is like literally what motivated me
Okay, yeah, explain the
to
piss
do
story, I
what I
guess,
did.
then, yeah.
So
This
the
sentence is
first,
crazy.
my
Bring on the
first time,
historian.
one of the VCs I was in Q&A, right? I was asking the warmonger questions and stuff like that. I was like, I want to I want to be like a warmonger and be like crazy in war. So then there was a vote. I forgot. I don't know who it was. I think JJ was like someone set up a poll and they were like, oh no, this is a different. But the vote was, will Yusino survive? Right? And it was negative. Like, I was losing the vote. People were like, I'm not going to survive. I'm going to lose. So I was like, I'm going to prove all you guys wrong. So then Skyly I found the vote right here. Timmy actually made the vote and it was, will
Yeah.
Yusino make it? It was 64% no. And that won. So I was like, I'm going to prove you guys wrong. And
We gave
Skyly
Bro motivation.
I believe in
Yeah,
Yuzuno.
literally.
I believe.
And then Skyly stinks because Skyly was gonna shout me out actually. It's surprising because some of my own friends didn't believe me that much. Surprised at my like past day one, and I was like the leader day one. And they're even more surprised that my nation made it to the very end. So that was hilarious right here. If Usino succeeds, then Skyly drinks piss. If Usino fails, then Usino drinks. That was a little off, but
Like IRL?
yeah, he drunk his piss IRL. Well, I didn't know the dude IRL, but like he
Wow.
drunk his piss.
Yeah, I didn't think that was
So
actually gonna happen, but
Skyly made the thing. I was like, you know what? If your nation lasts, I don't even think your nation's gonna last a day or 2 days. So server opened up. I had my nation, and we had the Q&A. And I was like, Skyly, I want you to know that my nation is good. I'm a leader now and all this. And so Skyly was like, you're gonna blow up at some point. My piss is ready, but I still think you're gonna fumble.
yo,
It's
okay.
ready, but you're gonna
Right.
fumble.
So then the next day, session A, I was like, hey man, I'm still going good. Let me go find the DM. Because there was a vote that was like, is Usino goaded? And there was yes and still yes. And I was, but I DM'd Skyly and was like, see you on day 2. We have lore, I was like, we have lore, you'll be drinking your piss soon. And then I got a screenshot and asked JD if I could send it. And he's like, yeah. And then Skyly asked for proof. So I sent the screenshot of literally people looking up to me. Some of the OGs were kind of looking up to me. And I was like, I sent a gift of me waiting. And then literally I got the video of him drinking it. And he confirmed it was him because he showed like our DMs and stuff, right? And
Damn,
so
I do
I
not want to see
literally
this
got the
video.
video. I got the
That's
video and
disturbing.
I sent the gif of Senku like grinning and was like, I don't
Oh
care, it's
no.
been done. He said you and then yeah, I was like, fair enough. He's like, I was looking, I got the video. I sent him a screenshot of the UN later on, like it's like a couple days after, like 5 days after. I sent the screenshot of the UN and Fungia was like the top, was like the first nation, and you could see my skin right there. So I was like, that's W. And then he sent the screenshot of him getting mod, which I didn't really care about at the end of the day. He used to drink your piss. So there was the piss story. As for my crimes I committed, oh, where do I begin?
Oh,
Should I
how
say the
many?
server? Should I say the rule breaking?
What?
Should I
Yeah,
say
yeah,
the
that
Oh,
one first. That one
okay.
I
first.
want to hear
And
yeah.
then
that
I gotta
just in
go.
case.
Rule breaking? Okay. So the rule that I believe I broke was you guys know when the server shut down, right? I'm gonna snitch on someone too, because there's someone who actually told me about this before they got mod.
Mhm.
So when Ice
Oh.
World was like open, all the other servers were shut down, but Ice World was still open. Sim had gotten in game first and told me about it, and we didn't know if we were supposed to be there or not, but every like other place was vacated. So I low key went to Exodus and took hella blessed food, bro.
Oh,
I got blessed food. I got fucking gear, some like resources. I low key fucking looted there actually. But I'm pissed.
That's funny you say
I'm
that.
pissed I put it in the healer shack because the healer dude was being so stingy with it. So I like took more food, but I made sure they wouldn't notice, and I just stored it like in the top of our storage in the middle where no one really looked. And I had like a bunch of the resources, and then I had like a secret chest. I forgot where, but I had some diamonds, I think, from a nation, or I had some like I took some of the iron for like a whole armor set, and I hid it like underground, under the blacksmith hut, under my bed at the time before he moved it, and I had some stuff there. Then I went to fuck, I forgot what the nation is. They're next to Redwater. I think it's I really don't remember what their nation is. They have like this whole book and this podium. I went to their nation, I believe, in their little like
Levant,
storage room, the Levant, I think, and I low key
I
took
think.
like a stack or two of iron and some extra and went away and I
oh
blamed
my.
it on 751. Redwater, I took I didn't really take stuff. I kind of
Was
took
this
like
a
some seeds.
worldwide adventure? Just robbing
Yeah,
places?
kind of. I was
Bro
expecting
was
to do
Dora. Where do we gonna steal next?
Oh
Like,
my.
Exactly.
So then I went around and went to Redwater. I had kind of like I had a visa to get in, but I took like a lot more blessed food than I
Fucking
was supposed
visa,
to.
bro. That's
And
crazy.
I took like hella
oh yeah, you
resources.
need visa.
I didn't rob them of like their iron. That was 751. And apparently 722 was actually working with me. Well, he wasn't working with me, he was spying, but I kind of pinned the blame on him a little bit since he was also getting me an Ender Pearl. I knew he'd be out
At least
eventually
you didn't
stealing.
that to Nautilus. I'm happy.
Yeah, not well, you guys were poor. I was at your island. I was looking around, but you guys are pretty
Fuck
poor.
you.
You sent a
Oh
spy
wow.
to my island. Fuck you too, bro. So I was like,
Hey,
yeah.
you want to know something funny? During
What
the
the-
same session when you were at Redwater, I took the blessed wood that you stole from Exodus back to Nautilus. Okay, that
Wait,
was
that's
really
actually really
funny.
funny.
Wait, because I'm not gonna lie, we hit a lot of blessed. There was still blessed in that chest. I believe.
I took
I don't.
like 2 stacks, and I was like, you know what? That's it.
There
I don't
was
need
a
more.
lot of
That's
blessed.
so funny.
And then
Yeah.
Cliffwater was also forced. I didn't take nothing from them. Brits have collapsed. I didn't find the
Mm.
other nations, so those are all the places that I like hit up. Other than that, those are all my crimes. I will say when the server, bro, oh my god, me and Sim was mining a bunch, but I was running rampant when the server was paused, and it was only me and her and world. Well, there was like 4 to 5 other people in world 5 in world 3, and I almost gotten caught, but I had lied my way out of it. I think someone spawned in Exodus, and I was like, oh, I was looking to see if anyone was there, but I was fucking their asses because we needed resources. And I was like, let me just take some, you know, 'cause I really needed resources. And then someone was like, I forgot, I think I was talking Discord a little bit. I was like, is it wrong to steal? And I was like, nah, if they don't know. And I just started, I didn't take a lot of stuff, but like, I took some stuff, even some wool, all that. There was a nation that had a big church, and I can't remember what they're called, but I definitely took iron from them and like some
This
was maybe
Would be
worldwide
Sunrise.
Aye.
pilgrim. No, it wasn't it was sunrise. I think it was pilgrimage. I don't remember
Oh yeah,
fully, but I
pilgrimage.
definitely
Yeah,
took some. They had like this they have a cross on their church too. So that's
yeah, it's
those are all my
pilgrimage.
crimes. I was low-key a little devious here and there, but I was still trying to
Okay.
like lead my people.
Okay.
Well, I
So
have
that pretty much
So,
I
ends
don't think
the
I have any crimes.
yeah, that's all my
lucky
crimes.
you. Uh,
That's the piss story and that's the crimes I've done. Thanks
Okay.
for having us
is
on
it?
this podcast. I'm very happy to be here. I hope I'm here next podcast and
Um,
continuous
Actually, I think
podcast.
it's
Yo,
time that we
get him
ban
on next
Usno for
podcast.
breaking the rules. I think it's just like permanent ban at this point. Like, any
Yeah.
objections to
I mean,
that?
Sim broke the
No,
rules too,
not
to
at
be
all.
fair.
Go for it.
Sim was the one that told me the server was that she was able to join. She joined the server.
I
Tell me
mean,
about it.
if you want to ban Sim too, honestly,
No.
Yeah, I'll testify against
We'll
him.
forgive them. We'll forgive them for now.
I guess
Okay.
we'll
Yeah.
forgive
nice.
Sim,
But
but
they
like,
know they're not. If they do this again, then they'll get a nice ban
Yeah,
coming
sure.
for.
nice chop back of the.
Plus,
Can
you gotta see if Yasuno will prove everyone wrong again.
is it my time?
Oh wait, hold on. What? So
Yeah,
hold on.
go ahead.
What am I proving wrong again? What am I
Oh,
proving?
Nothing. Just like if you can make another city. Who said it? Was it my turn?
May June.
Go ahead.
All right then. So do you guys remember that 751 destroyed 2 nation?
Yeah. Well, he did Bridge
Moss
Valley and then
first did.
wasn't it Sunrise? People said
Uh,
Moss,
No,
but I
it
thought
was.
Moss just disbanded.
no, that was Moss. It was Bridge and Moss. Well, he did not destroy Moss. It was me.
Oh no.
That just I was passing by. I was like, oh, a lone turf of like stuff. Let me take everything, and everyone starved to death.
That's actually pretty messed up.
That's my bad. I didn't knew. Okay, everyone left, and there was only one guy, and we are actually pretty friend. And he doesn't know that. I hope he knows that when he will read that. I'm so sorry, dude. I didn't knew that was your place at first. Sorry, please forgive me.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, I stole from everyone. I had spies in Redwater, Fungia, somewhere in Levant too.
Everyone's a fucking
Um,
thief in this world, eh?
yeah, seems
Oh,
like
but
it.
I mean,
I knew. Yeah, no. World 1, World 3 had a huge. I knew
yeah.
not for. I was so ready to like exile him. Whale was like, let's talk to him first and not press it. Whale, I told you, bro. You got to be aggressive here and there, bro. I knew he was up to no good, bro.
well, he had a fortune
True.
pick.
I mean, it's not like he
Oh
could
yeah,
fight. He was a
2-1
minor.
was
What's he
cool.
gonna do?
I mean,
Run away.
you guys, if you want to know, all of what I'm telling you guys, no one in my nation knows about it. So yeah, that they will find it at the same time. The
Yeah.
thing they knew though, and I asked my personal guardsman was one day, I think it was session 9 or 10, I heard that 751 was seen in well, Cliffwater, and at the time I was really tired of the sessions and stuff, and I was like, you know what? They are arming 751 with TNT. Kill him, take his TNT, and explode the place. Luckily, we didn't 5751, but else Cliffwater would have been a memory. Um, just so you know
Okay.
that.
I want to put this on the record.
Hmm?
I don't think Yusno can create a functioning civilization that holds up without help. Because Fungia, I'll just say it right now,
Oh,
it was
God.
crumbling,
Right now.
and I kept it alive. Okay, I kept it afloat.
Put some
And
money on
also,
the line
you
right
only
now.
stayed a leader
Okay,
because I
first of
felt
all,
bad.
like, okay, to say that you gotta do it alone is like impossible.
No one can do it
No,
alone.
I
you
mean,
need
yeah, it
people
takes
to
a
help.
No,
you.
I mean like without
Mhm.
someone else doing the actual leadership.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wait a
Like
second.
I was the one
Oh.
managing the people and making them not leave. Like
Yo,
Those are fighting
also,
put some
words.
money on the line,
That
bro.
I don't know if I ever
those
told you this. I was like, let's do the council thing, and the only reason that you were on there is because you were fighting so hard, and I felt really bad because I didn't
So
want to
you're
like
just a
ruin the
nice guy.
civilization thing. So I
So
just
you're a
was
nice
like, you
guy.
can
At the end
join
of the
us.
day, hey, at the end of the day, I stay leading no matter what, bro.
If I knew that someone was going to drink their own piss, though, you were not going to be on.
Yeah.
Bro, that's why I had to hide that because a lot of people, bro, when I told some like my friend, they were like, they didn't believe in me, but they thought it was kind of weird that he offered that. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna make him drink his piss. I'm going to win. So yeah, so I mean, so whale, hit some money on the line that I can't lead. I can't solo lead a nation.
Oh no, I wouldn't
Or
put money
something
on it.
up. Pick something up right now, bro, because I guarantee you, I will lead as a terrorist, bro. I'm
Jesus
now I'm
Christ.
motivated.
Yeah.
Get excited, because now I'm motivated.
Oh God.
Okay. So I think
Can
I'm
I
gonna
finish?
wrap. Yeah, finish up.
Yeah, let's finish
Thank
things
you.
up now. It's
Sorry,
been like
I
almost
have
2
like
hours.
2 last things to say. One,
Yo, can I convince you guys to play Among Us with us?
Wait for the
After-
podcast to end, please.
Give us a
yeah.
second.
Oh, okay.
I'm joining Among Us. Don't worry.
I want to go
So
Among Us.
where was I? Yeah. So the spy situation. To be honest, I only stole the Fungia. They were really close, but afterward, I give you back stuff, and I asked to want to give you back diamonds and stuff because I felt really bad because well, he's a cool person. Senku was less chaotic than expected, and Fungia had done nothing wrong to us. And also, there was a second project, which was a secret one that we never used because we never had one. But if Nautilus was about to come to war, um, under Sweetwater, Session 2, we found a deep dark,
Oh, I remember that.
and we had Project Deep Blue, which was someone attracting the warden to someone's base if someone was trying to invade us. So we had the protection if needed. That's why we
Oh,
never took
I
any
wish
more
that
than
had
one
been.
guardsman.
Yeah, no, I remember someone getting sneak 100 on like the second session, and everyone was really confused.
Yeah,
what's
that
up.
was Hugo, my guardsman.
Nice.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything?
Sorry,
Fine.
that was long.
Whale. I'll give you the last day. Do you have anything you want to say,
Yeah.
or you're good?
Oh no, I just want to say like one fine. I know everyone's kind of been saying it, but like thank you so much to everyone who like put this event together. It surely must have
Yeah,
been
it was cool.
extremely stressful, especially like the World 3 lag was a nightmare.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
know
But
this
you
we
guys
got
are
united
through
doing
it.
us.
a great day.
I had such a fun
Honestly,
time.
bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, next event, I hope you guys get some like pape off of it, get some like money off of it. You guys did a really good job. I can't. I
Mm,
heard that World 3 was like forcefully lagged full because apparently like the host like set you guys back or whatever. You guys did a phenomenal job. I'm very happy to be on
mhm.
the podcast. Like I said, I do 100% would love to be on here again. Other than
thank
that,
you
I have
so
nothing else
much.
to say. All you guys are in the
Yeah, thank
Greg
you a
Prime
lot.
VT, so we'll probably be on. We all hang out anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to have you guys. Thanks for having me here. On the people of Fungi, we're very appreciative to be in this event and experiment. A lot of data I see you
Oh
guys
yeah.
collected, so I'm very happy to have my experience. I genuinely
Mm.
enjoyed my time here. And I can't wait for the next one. And Whale, when I see you, bro, I want you to keep that skin, Whale. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna prove you wrong.
You will not. Oh, you'll be
Um,
drinking your own
We will
piss.
see about that. Well, thank you
Yeah.
guys for coming.
Can
This has
I
been a fun time. Actually,
can I say something to the Nautilus
Yeah.
before I go?
sure.
Yeah.
Sorry to talk too much, but
Okay.
thank you for all of my civ, all of my nation. You guys were awesome. 23, best builder ever. Wired, fuck you. Uh,
Wow.
nah, I'm joking. Wired was a pretty stand-up dude who didn't at all drink alcohol during all the sessions. Other than that, he was like pretty asking because he was our minor. Hugo, he was the first resident of Nautilus. Never did anything wrong. He was pretty bored, but sorry, my guy. Uh, 920. I don't know how the fuck you weren't bored, like threshing wheat and dying of smallpox 24/7. Uh, Patka, I don't know how you survived.
That's
That's
so
it.
real. Farming with
And
the
I think
torture.
that's it.
Okay.
Long
Well,
live
thank you so
Fungi,
much.
yo.
Oh,
I'm
and
ending this
Thank you for
I'm ending
playing
this
Gore.
now.
Yeah, I need to go
Alright,
take a
please
nap.
post the video. Let me know when you post the video, bro. I want to like share this
Oh
out.
yeah.
Long live
Can you shoot me a
Fungia.
ping or something?
Oh yeah, just like ping us. Or just, yeah, matter of fact, you're in the Greg's server. Just send it.
Okay.
Long live Fungia.
Long bye. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up. Really
Nautilus.
appreciate it. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Goodbye.